Welcome to another episode of the Curtis Zone. I am your amazing host, Dylan J. Curtis, and I ask that you remember to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell button for more here on the Curtis Zone. Today we are giving a history on the one series that I was very fond of, known as Action Man. And remember to amp it up, everybody, because we are going really hard on this one. Alright? So, sit back, relax, and enjoy, and as always, hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more of my bouncing hacks, ladies and gentlemen. For right now, let's get started. Before we do, news. The first piece of news from the world of Warner Brothers, they have decided to go ahead with a remake of an old show called Code Lyoko. However, these are just rumors, they are just in talks right now. Nothing is set in stone about whether or not they do or do not want to, so we're just going to wait for that. The second piece of news from the world of Disney, they have decided to go ahead with plans for a live-action Hercules movie, and they've already started casting the Muses themselves. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I personally would love to see Mariah Carey, Alicia Keys, and Jennifer Hudson play the Muses. They're very talented, very powerful singers, but that's just my opinion. I don't know about yours. The final piece of news has been announced that the next Young Avengers has definitely going to be a streaming series on Disney Plus. However, the series will not have as many episodes as all previous series due to the fact that I don't know what is going on. Either it's a budget issue or it's a popularity issue, but some reason they do not want to have a lot of episodes. Now let's get started with this episode. We're doing it on a history of Action Man, the animated series. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And as always, remember to hit the like and subscribe button for more content. That is if you want to see more of me, my smiling face, and of course more of my bouncing pecs. Now the Action Man series that we're talking about, it aired in August of 2000 and had its final episode in August of 2001. It was related to the Alpha Teens on Machines. I have done a history of episode on that one, which you can find right up here or up here. I don't know which side. Anyway, the series was produced by Saban Entertainment and premiered on the Fox Kids Saturday morning lineup. It was one of their most popular shows ever and was based off of a toy line, which was not only produced by Bandai, but it was also given to McDonald's and Burger King and a lot of other toys like that. I remember those toys because they were my favorite toys. For months, I was begging my mother, "Mom, please get me an Action Man toy." Eventually, she gave in, which goes to show you one thing. Beg for them enough, they'll give in. Now that all that is said and done, let's get into its fictional origin. And remember, like and subscribe. It all started in Paris, France, during the Rooftop Road Rage, sponsored by Mastervision Network, where we would meet Alex Mann, aka the Action Man, and his rival Brandon. See, the two of them were competing for first place prize. However, Brandon would do something incredibly dangerous. He would perform a stunt that he was not supposed to perform, and in the process, he would endanger both his life and Alex Mann's life. Even though both of them survived, Brandon would be injured severely from it. While in the hospital, they would be approached by Dr. X, who would communicate them through a Trillabug that he invented. The Trillabug would then broadcast Dr. X, and Dr. X would make them an offer and prove themselves in exchange for being his test subjects. Only Brandon would take the offer, and he would attempt to kill Alex Mann. And just like that, there's your origin. Now there's only one main important moment that we're going to talk about in Action Man, and that main important moment is when we meet all the villains, who I'm going to introduce right now. The first villain is known as Dr. X. Dr. X is a master of a lot of forms of science, and he's a mad scientist who is obsessed with using Alex Mann's amp factor. However, I'm going to explain what the amp factor is later, but for right now, let's move on. The next villain we're going to talk about is Tempest. His real name is Templeton Storm, and Tempest was once a child who was obsessed with controlling the weather, but he accidentally electrocuted himself and aged his body up. But he still maintained his mind, which is when he would use his ability to control the weather and become a supervillain known as the Tempest. The final villain we're going to talk about is Gangrene. Professor Gangrene is obsessed with plants, and he uses them to create poisons and toxins to recreate humanity. because he thinks that humanity is a virus that is destroying all of plants around the world. Kind of like Poison Ivy. Anyway, Gangrene would be stopped by Action Man on multiple occasions. However, he would always come back with another plan, which is why we love him as a villain. With all that said and done, let's talk about my favorite episodes. I have 4 favorite episodes. Number 4 on this list is the episode known as the Cold War. In this episode, Alex Man has to stop Azazi and Tempest from getting a chemical known as Cryo-12 ordered to Dr. X, who wants to use it to freeze the entire planet and turn all of humanity into a frozen army that he will rule. I loved it because he used a new piece of equipment which was pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, there's that. My third favorite episode is the episode entitled Man's Best Friend. In this episode, a robot dog has been given to Alex Man, and he is using it in order to compete in a snow race that is in Iceland. However, during the time of this race, Dr. X would take over the robot's brain, and he would use it to retrieve a chemical that was inside of an active volcano, which Dr. X then activates. Which means that Alex Man has to fight Dr. X while at the same time trying to stop an active volcano, which was pretty awesome, my friends. My second favorite moment is the episode entitled Ground Zero. In this episode, Team Extreme starts seeing double when one of their teammates' twin sister comes out, and she is an investigative reporter looking for a big story, but instead she finds trouble when Dr. X steals a dirty bomb in order to detonate it and turn people into indestructible mutants. So Mr. Man has to help stop him and save the world. My number 1 favorite episode is the episode entitled Rumble Parts 1 and 2. In these episodes, Dr. X would kidnap a bunch of warriors and use them as gladiators after putting them under mind control with his Trillabugs. He would do so in order to find a perfect candidate to wear a quake suit, a suit that can cause earthquakes. However, a nasty janitor stole this quake suit, and this is after Alex Man would free all of Dr. X's imprisoned warriors, and so this janitor would seek revenge against Action Man. It was a pretty fun episode, my friends. I recommend you watch it. And with all that said and done, let's talk about powers and abilities of the main protagonist. In this case, that is Action Man. As far as his powers and abilities go, he is an extreme sports guy and a stunt man, which means he has amazing agility and amazing dexterity, and as well as amazing endurance as well. He can go in any environment to do anything. He competes in extreme sports all around the world. This includes the Sahara Desert to the Arctic, my friends. His Amp It Up ability gives him the ability to see and move faster than anyone in the world. In fact, he uses this Amp It Up ability to find perfect ways to keep himself as well as other people safe. His Amp It Up ability measures perfect angles, perfect measurements in order to find perfect ways to perform stunts and all sorts of things. Now, as far as his technology goes, he has amazing suits that he uses in extreme sports that he can use against Dr. X and all other forms of enemies. I loved Action Man. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I loved Action Man. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Curtis Zone. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to make a request for an episode, put it in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you. And remember to like, subscribe, and share this with all other friends and family. That is if you liked it, as my friends. As far as any other things go, I want to let all of you know that on the next episode of the Curtis Zone, I'm not going to do many spoilers, but I will do a How Powerful Would Someone Be episode, or a top 10, or a history of. I haven't decided yet. In any case, I hope that you guys tune in and watch, as well as like, subscribe, and comment, my friends. As far as anything else goes, remember, give some love to our sponsors, Coastal Waste and Recycling, because your garbage will power someone's world. I will see you all very, very soon here on the Curtis Zone. But for now, peace.